In Israel, just like in other democracies, there's a separation of powers. If there was only one authority, that is, one body who would set the rules, judge according to them, and execute them, that body would have unlimited power. If this power gets into the wrong hands, it can be very dangerous. What does it look like in Israel? The authorities that exist in Israel are the legislative, executive, and judicial branches. The legislative branch is the Knesset. That is the name of the Israeli parliament. When there is an election, citizens vote for the party they want to see in the Knesset. And the election results determine which parties will be in the Knesset and the amount of seats they will get. Parties can choose to have or not have primaries. But in any case, on election day, people vote for a party that already has its candidates listed by order. The higher a person is on the list, the more likely that person will get a seat in the Knesset. Of the three authorities, the legislative is the authority where the citizen has the most influence. The Knesset is responsible for overseeing the government's work, enacting laws, and approving the budget. The Knesset can also fire the government and hold elections. The executive branch is the government. Israel is a parliamentary democracy, as opposed to a presidential democracy like the United States, for example. This means that the government consists of the coalition of members of the Knesset. The citizens do not determine the composition of the government. The elected officials of the Knesset do it themselves. The government is responsible for implementing policy. The government can use force against both external enemies and those who act against the laws of the state from within. The judiciary consists of the Israeli court system. The Supreme Court heads it, and under it are the various courts. What is the role of the judicial branch? Resolve disputes, give compensation in cases of injury, and rule according to the law. The elected representatives are the ones responsible for implementing the policy, and if I, as a citizen, am not satisfied with what I elected, I can vote differently next time. If I'm not satisfied with the government, I again have the right to vote differently next time, creating a different combination of members of parliament from whom they will decide how to form a different government. Civil servants, while they do very important work, are not committed to the electorate. This is true for Supreme Court justices as well. It is important to maintain the separation of powers and to ensure that political decisions that concern our values are not decided upon in the courts, where there are judges who are not elected by the public, but rather in the Knesset, where citizens have the greatest influence and where norms and laws reflect the will of the people.